Today's gospel reading is from the Gospel according to Mark, chapter 15, verses 33 through 39. At noon, the sky became extremely dark, and the darkness lasted 3 hours. At 3 o'clock, Jesus groaned out of the depths and from the cross, crying loudly, "Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani," which means, my God, why have you abandoned me?" Some of the bystanders who heard him said, "Listen, he's calling for Elijah." Someone ran off, soaked a sponge in sour wine and put it on a stick and gave it to him to drink, saying, "Let's see if Elijah comes to take him down." But Jesus, with a loud cry, gave his last breath. At that moment, the temple curtain ripped right down the middle. And when the Roman captain standing guard in front of him saw that he had quit breathing, he said, "This has to be the Son of God."
Welcome to Good Friday. When our potential to gather together in worship isn't taken by viruses, for me, there is seldom a more powerful worship offering than what is made at Asbury on Good Friday. On Friday evening, after it has gotten dark, we gather together in our sanctuary and we offer what's called a tenebrae service. Tenebrae is a word that comes from the Latin, simply meaning darkness. And it is a Good Friday service that makes use of this gradually diminishing light as we extinguish candle after candle, as we reread the events beginning from the triumphant entry of Jesus on Palm Sunday into Jerusalem through Jesus' burial. And that increasing darkness symbolizes the approaching darkness of Jesus' death and of a hopelessness that's found in a world without God. The service concludes in darkness. Sometimes there's a final candle that's burning on the altar as we sit. The worshipers then leave in near silence and near darkness to ponder the impact of both this moment and then what is coming on the horizon. Now, during that service, I played this carefully crafted playlist, one that honestly takes me all year to create. The songs are usually always secular, and they echo the belief that we can find the voice of God in all things at all times, even the occasional Lady Gaga or Taylor Swift song. Today in the comments, I will be sharing that larger playlist. It's about 45 minutes of music, and I hope it finds a way into your day, or you can find a moment to lose yourself in it. As you do, listen for God. In that worship, there's one moment that always hits me incredibly hard each year, and it's likely one of the hardest things I do in worship all year. The last words of that evening are shared. I conclude with the passage that I offered here this morning. I blow out all but one candle, and then I proceed to unfold this ream of burlap cloth. In this moment, which is both overwhelming emotionally and one that every piece of me tries to physically stop from doing, I wrap the altar cross in fabric. And once wrapped, I tie it shut with a piece of black fabric. Together, those of us in the sanctuary will listen to another hard piece of music. And without fail, there's always tears on Friday evening. I've come to believe that this moment reveals an unexpected hopelessness and fear. For a brief moment, those whispers that reside deep in the head of every believer come trickling to the surface. What if this is all make-believe? What if I'm wrong? What if this is all just a myth? In light of that first Friday, Good Friday can never be good in a sense of a happy or joyous celebration. It's good because of another reason. Good Friday has forever changed the world, reminding us that unconditional love doesn't stop with simple gestures. Good Friday reminds us that love is often painful, that true love loves even when it doesn't make sense, or when the cost of that love seems way too high. Good Friday is good because for just a moment we remember that feeling of hopelessness, hurt, regret, doubt, pain, or heartbreak. We remember that it will never be the end of the story. Our faith teaches that it's simply not that way, because there's no heartbreak or hurt too big, that God is not bigger still, that God will not break into or offer resurrection, renewal, and rebirth. Good Friday is always good because Easter Sunday is coming. May you remember that. Find hope in the hopelessness. Don't let the doubts take control. And have a blessed Good Friday.